everybody, and welcome to Killing Time. I'm Iyaz Akhtar, the man who doles out nicknames like they are free.
Yes. Aren't nicknames free? Do I have to pay for them?
Depends. This here is JB, otherwise known as Guy Who Asked Too Many Questions, the man of over 324 nicknames.
Yes.
We will list them right now. They're all on the screen.
Scrolling.
If you missed it, it was so fast, or I didn't put them up there because I forgot them. Otherwise known as Rob, and my best friend now of almost 20 freaking years.
Almost.
So if there's anybody who could put me in jail forever, it's this guy. So that's what we're talking about. But that's not what we talk about on this show, because that would be incrimination of the self, and that is a bad idea. So let's talk about entertainment that doesn't suck. That's what the show is. And also, again, thank everybody at Patreon for supporting the show. Patreon.com/Iyaz. Put up the show. We had like a week or two where I was a little late, but I got the audio up on a Friday. I got the video up the other day, so we're recording another one. We have a special episode where we talk about plotting the plots. That's coming later. Today, what are we talking about? Because we haven't discussed anything.
I just want to talk about the fact that I never knew that the month of March was a time for blockbuster movies. Listen to what we got coming out in March. So we got, on March 3rd, we got Logan. Mm-hmm. The week after, on the 10th, we got Kong Skull Island. Mm-hmm. March 17th, we have Beauty and the Beast from Disney, the live-action one. Mm-hmm. Let's see, the 24th, we have Power Rangers. Yep. And then the 31st, we have Ghost in the Shell.
Well, March is also an exceptionally long month. I know it's only 31 days, but like it seems to take up a lot of time if you're looking at the calendar.
Right, but I don't remember it being a huge month for blockbusters, but these are some pretty big movies we got coming out this month.
Yeah, the thing is, though, if you think about it, like the Memorial Day got pegged as the big one. There was always the summer blockbusters, and they moved slightly further north in the calendar. And now I guess it got to March, because I don't know the big movies that happened in January, February. I'm sure somebody does, but you're right. That's a significant there. We're talking about big franchises like Logan, the last Wolverine movie that should be around unless something changes. Beauty and the Beast, I don't understand why this is such a big deal. But do you understand why it's such a big deal?
I don't. I mean, it really is just literally usually a shot-for-shot reenactment of what the cartoon was, but people are going nuts over this thing.
Was this a movie that was so great when it was first released?
Well, it is. Yes. I mean, I don't know if you remember when you were a kid, but this at the time was huge. I mean, it was enormous. Like the biggest Disney musical movie ever.
I thought it's because they also used some of that. The first time they were using computer graphics, and there was like camera movements.
It did help. Yeah, it was just a huge deal. The music was big, and all the little girls loved the movie, and it was the first time they really. Not the first time, but, Belle's a really strong female character, so a lot of little girls.
I got it. So it's the little girls who've grown up, and they're watching it again.
Yes.
So kind of like every little kid is growing up and going to the Power Rangers. It could be every little kid for Beauty and the Beast, by the way. But I'm just trying to think, like, like you get indoctrinated to Star Wars, you can get indoctrinated to this. I bet you there'll be like a Titanic remake in about another, 10 years or so.
Yep.
I didn't know March was so big. That's a good thing. So we plan on watching Logan.
Yep, this weekend.
And trying to release an episode as soon as humanly possible. Maybe just live stream it, just put it out there, just so we have it. It's like, this is Logan. We watched it. It was awesome. I'm expecting... What are your expectations before we go and watch Logan?
Okay, I know... I've seen things saying that it's getting great reviews, but I haven't read any reviews. I'm trying to go in cold. I don't want to know anything other than I have seen the awesome trailers. And I'm trying not to get my hopes up, because I have in the past for, Wolverine and, Wolverine Origins and everything, and I was disappointed. I'm trying to go in as little expectation as I can and hope to be pleasantly blown out of my mind.
I've seen one of the trailers. I've not seen the subsequent ones. I've seen one interview. Well, I guess it's one interview with Hugh Jackman on the Kimmel show. Not Kimmel, sorry, Fallon show, Tonight Show. And he's talked about how he wanted to do one more of these Wolverine movies, and he wanted it to be really big, really great. And then he goes, and then the studio let us do it the way we wanted. All of that being said, if that's true, my expectations are set way too high. Because
way high,
Wolverine, as far as I remember, now I haven't read a Wolverine comic book in a long time. When I was reading it, there was approximately like 3 good Wolverine stories. And there were a crap ton of Wolverine stories. So if 3 of them are good, this isn't like Spider-Man where you're like, that's a classic, and that's a classic, and that's a classic.
Yeah.
Wolverine has a buttload of bad bad storylines.
Really bad. Really bad.
A lot of it's the same recycled stuff. Wolverine has a sidekick. It's a young girl. It's Jubilee. It's Kitty Pryde. It's that little robot daughter. It's X-23. It's the same freaking thing. So it's one good story recycled a whole bunch of times. Then the best story that we haven't seen is Weapon X, which sort of was the first Wolverine, which sucked.
Oh, terrible.
The Wolverine was as close to the Frank Miller 4-issue miniseries as you're going to possibly get, because they couldn't possibly do that. Because if they had Wolverine fight a bear and kill it in the woods, one, animal rights groups would be all over that. And two, it's kind of shows Wolverine to be kind of an a-hole, which he is.
Yes, so, that's the whole point of the character.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe because it's a rated R movie, you could have some stuff that's a bit objectionable. And the other thing is people who have grown up with the character, because I forgot that this guy's been Wolverine for 17 freaking years.
Yeah.
Okay, 17 years. Think about that. People who were like a child watching the first time, they can go to the rated R movie.
Yeah.
So, okay. They literally had to be like, you have to be 17 to get in, right? So they could be born.
Yeah.
And now they can watch the rated R version of Logan. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be, I'll say it here, it's going to be the best Wolverine movie of the three.
I think that's easily done, yes.
I think it's going to be better than the last X-Men, not Evolution, Apocalypse.
Yep.
I don't think, and there's no way in hell, I think it's going to be as good as Days of Future Past. I think that might be one of the best X-Men movies that has come out ever. X2 being like up there, and so is First Class. Those are like the three.
Yeah.
Excellent. And obviously, the original one did a really good job of saying.
Agreed.
Here we
go.
But
I think it's going to be a very different movie than all of those. I think the tone and everything is going to be completely different than anything we've seen before in the X-Men franchise.
Yeah, I definitely don't think this is one of those standard, we're mutants and we're trying to fight for our rights. I think this is a story about a man who is just trying to exist. And that's it. So that is... I'm gonna spoil something just with the interview. It's fair, though. I think it's fair game. That Jackman was talking about, when he was talking about the Logan movie, he compared it to Unforgiven.
Which was awesome.
For me, if you emulate and fail Unforgiven by Clint Eastwood, you probably are going to do well, because that's a very high bar. It's about you don't need my freaking interpretation of Unforgiven. It's a great movie. I think it won the Academy Award, a number of them.
Yes. Yes.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that with Logan. I think we're actually going to get a great story. I think it's definitely going to be definitely of the past couple of Fox movies. Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So good on that. I'm excited about that. What else? Beauty and the Beast. I'm not going to watch that. Also, we'll watch it for the show, which...
Nah, I don't think so. But I'm sure I'll hear about it.
We could watch...
I haven't decided on Kong, though. I don't know. It looks visually awesome. It looks like an interesting story. I don't know. I might check that out.
I think Kong needs to be seen in the theater.
Yeah.
Not a question. It's got to be like, if you've got matinee pricing, get it. I think I might have to watch this with my son, because I know...
He'd probably love it.
The Kong ride in Universal, there was a lot of cool stuff there. Also, because this is a sequel, right, to King Kong? Is it a sequel, actually, or is it just like another Kong movie?
I think it's another Kong movie.
But as far as I can tell, they're not... Maybe, I'm really hoping this is the case. If they treat it like Godzilla, where, like, you've never seen the thing before, let's wait and hopefully show this monster. If they do that, that's insane. But from the trailers, it looks like Kong is a real freaking character in this thing.
It looks like a lot of Kong. Yeah, it looks like a lot of Kong.
Yeah, if you're going to have a King Kong, play up the King part. I want to see more of this guy, so I'm expecting that. So I think from the trailer I've seen, it looks good. My expectations are low because of the last King Kong movie.
Right.
The longer they are, the worse I feel like they should be. I think maybe they should reach at max 2 hours. Don't go past the 2-hour mark. I don't know the running time. It'll show up on screen right now if I edited this.
Yep.
There it is. So, wow. Not what I expected.
Not at all.
Yeah. Okay. Huh. So, what was the fourth movie?
We had Power Rangers.
Which we are all going to compare to Voltron.
We've discussed it. Yeah. Yep. You can't help it.
Oh, boy. It's going to be a big month.
Big month, yeah.
Very excited for this month.
I mean, you got to go see Power Rangers with your boy? I mean, that seems like right up his alley.
It depends on the weekend. I know it's the 24th, 25th, 26th. I don't know if he's with me that weekend. I'm trying to find the right theater for this, too, because I want to make sure we have reserved seats. We were looking at... So I'm in New York right now, which is where I am. And we have finally an Alamo Drafthouse opened up near us. And that is in Brooklyn. And we're looking to see... And they do have Power Rangers, but they have a strict policy of nobody under 18 except for certain shows. I would think the Power Ranger one would be included, but I haven't seen the exact marker about this or any information about it, because when I do find that, I think that'd be fun to watch Power Rangers with my kid, with my girlfriend, with beer, and just chill out with, because that would be so fun to watch the Power Rangers. It's also how I watch it at home a lot with beer, but I would like to see it in that kind of venue because it'd be fun. It looks like it's another movie that should be in the theater because you got the giant Zords. It should be big.
Yes, I definitely think that's a spectacle that needs to be seen in the theater.
Okay, if you had to bet your life on it right now, will the Power Rangers movie be better than Turbo, a Power Rangers movie?
Yes.
I agree with you.
Yes.
It has to be.
I can say that pretty confidently. It has to be. Even the trailer is a better movie.
Okay, the odds of the White Ranger, Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver showing up in this movie... What are the odds for you?
30%.
100%.
You say 100? He's absolutely there?
He's showing up. If he doesn't show up, I won't do anything because I'm not going to actually eat worms or something. What am I, an idiot?
I'm just going to say, I guess I was wrong.
I will admit that I am wrong, which I do all the time. So because I'm wrong a lot, guys. Actually, not all the time. I don't say I'm wrong all the time because when I'm right, that's kind of a stupid thing to say.
Right, you wouldn't say you're wrong when you're right, but...
I might. I'd just be sarcastic about it. I was wrong, wasn't I? Man of 1,000 nicknames, wasn't I? And then you're like,
is this the future when I get 1,000 nicknames? Because I'm only like 300 something now. So this.
Are you calling me wrong now?
No, not at all.
Then I would be wrong. I guess I was wrong. Man of 1,000 nicknames. Anyway, is there anything you're watching on television? I'm caught up on The Flash. I don't know about you.
I'm caught up on The Flash. Yes, and I'm interested to see how they progress towards the end of this season now.
Yeah, I think they've.
Did you like the Gorilla God?
The Grodd episode,
yep.
I liked it a lot. I enjoyed the fact that the other gorilla was voiced by the guy who did Goliath from Gargoyles. Liz always reminds Keith David is his name.
Yep.
And Liz was getting kind of tired of the show. She didn't want to watch the last episode, so I got to watch it by myself. And because here are her complaints about why she didn't want to watch The Flash anymore. She said, Barry's getting too serious. Wally's a lot more fun. She liked it when Barry was more fun, because he used to be much more up and energetic. The characters are kind of getting stale. She misses some of the... She likes the old Harry, not HR.
And she didn't watch this episode?
Hang on. And she missed some of the older characters. So then I watched the episode, which I'd heard about. And so what happens in the episode? Barry's more fun.
Yep.
HR is there, but also there's Harry. Harry's back. You got two Tom Cavanaughs.
And awesome. I love Tom Cavanaugh and Tom Cavanaugh going at it. HR and Harry. Those scenes were awesome.
It is astonishing because in no way in my head am I like, that's the same guy. I know it's the same guy, but like the interactions...
It's two different guys. Yeah, it's perfect.
It's so happy and just like detesting another human being. It's fantastic. Yeah. And it's the same guy playing against himself. Plus,
yes, it's very good.
She loves Gorilla Grodd. So when she came home and she saw this thing, she's like, what's happening? I'm like, this. And then I'm like...
Everything you wanted.
And there's one more thing. You know whose voice is this gorilla? She's like, who? I go, the guy from Gargoyles. And she's just like, she went, revenge! Which she does. Because that's what Goliath does all the time. To the point where my son says it. This is a total aside. My son says around the house, revenge! And he has never seen Gargoyles.
Just because she does it all the time.
Exactly. So she's on board again. She's going to get caught up, I think, because The Flash, I think, every year, I think in the middle I get a little tired.
It gets slow, yep, and then it picks up at the end. And then you're like, oh my God, that was awesome.
Because of these mid-season finale stuff, instead of having the full arc, it's like they have, like, okay, it's kind of like when you go on a roller coaster, right? They have that first, like, fake drop. You're like, hey, we're going up. Oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. And then you're like, oh, crap, we're going up. And now we're in for the ride.
Yeah.
And I think that they end each season so strongly that they kind of, I don't want to say they put themselves in a corner at the beginning of the season, but they kind of do. They get stuck.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job getting out of it. But then you got to reset, and then we can change everything again. Because the weird thing about The Flash, as far as I can tell, it's one of the few shows that the status quo doesn't remain constant. Things kind of go back to normal-ish, but they're never quite the same. And I kind of like that. So I'm enjoying The Flash. Again, shock and surprise. Total aside, as everyone knows who watches the show, I watch a lot of pro wrestling. Way down on that because everyone's kind of spinning their wheels because there's like a pay-per-view on Sunday called Fastlane, which is not that interesting to me. WrestleMania kind of looks dull. And for me, which is weird because I like...
Wait, and you love that stuff. So, yeah.
Because so this is an aside. WrestleMania for the past couple of years has meant nothing for the rest of the year. Like, it's all like, hey, bring back the old stars, and they beat up the current stars, and then they go away. And then you're just stuck with a whole new year. So it's been bugging me for a while. I think I'm going to do another video over at GFQ about how WrestleMania should matter. Because if you're going to have... Can you imagine if the Super Bowl didn't matter? Here's the game. Who won? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No,
doesn't matter.
Really?
I don't care who won.
I thought this thing mattered. No.
I thought that was like the biggest game of the year. Nah.
We say it is. And you watch it.
When we were kids, WrestleMania was enormous.
Because it mattered.
Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, that was huge.
It's still huge. They had 100,000 people or like 86,000 people.
No, I know a ton of people. I just mean as far as the consequences of the whole thing.
Yeah, because when the champion was crowned, you had a new year, you got this new thing going on, but there's a lot of product now, there's whatever. That's a whole aside. Just like something that I haven't been really paying a lot of attention to. But last thing, audiobook I've been listening to. Yes. All month I've been looking for a good audiobook. Found a new one. It is Fresh Off the Boat by Eddie Huang.
Yeah.
Who actually is the narrator of the book. Yeah. It's great. I didn't even think about looking it up because I really like the show. I know he left the show due to the fact there's a conflict. He just didn't like the way they've kind of made the family much more soft. Because of the book, I didn't know how rough his life was and how many like drugs and violence and just all kinds of things are in this book. It's read with... It's weird because he'll mention things that seem really traumatic, but he's kind of laughing about it. Not like in a sadistic way, but kind of like, that was crazy. And it really takes the edge off. It's a really good book. I got it unscribed, shock and surprise, and I'm going to keep listening to it. Like, although the biggest problem with it, it's got 111 chapters because for some reason they clipped up the audio like in 2-minute clips, and I don't know why. That's just a weird formatting thing. But it doesn't necessarily hurt the book. It just kind of seems like, I'm on chapter 70 of 111. Oh.
That's a lot.
So I'm doing great, except that's a whole lot. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for us. Yes?
Yep.
All right.
That's a good episode.
We're going to get the heck out of here, get the fun out of here, and all this other stuff. KillingTime.tv, subscribe, like all that stuff, and we'll be back next time.